Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Vivo Y33T versus the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 as well as the Vivo Y33T, and both phones is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor. We have 4 GB of RAM on the Redmi Note 11 versus a 6 GB of RAM on the Vivo. Yes, huge difference in the RAM sizes, but I want to show you that how is the Snapdragon 680 will be performing on both these devices, who is going to be the fastest one. On the back we have quad cameras on the Redmi, while on the Vivo Y33T we have triple cameras, and both phones has a 50 megapixel main camera. We also have 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while on the Vivo we only have a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, no ultra wide lens on the Vivo. And the back on both phones is made up of plastic, and the frame also is made up of plastic, and both phones also has a fingerprint scanner on the side. On the bottom we also have a headphone jack on the Vivo, which is also available on the Redmi Note 11, which is on the top and side. Also we had dual speakers versus a single speaker on the Vivo Y33T. In this video I'm going to show you how is the Vivo Y33T is stacked up against the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. And guys, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. Logos came up first on the Vivo as compared to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. Also we have Android 11 on both phones. We have MIUI version 13 versus a FunTouch OS version 12. Let's see who is faster. Again, no Android 12 on both these devices. That's very disappointing. In 2022 we should see Android 12 right out of the box on both these devices. Well, let's see who is faster when it comes to booting up. Looks like the Vivo is more faster when it comes to booting up, while the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 now it is also done. About 2 or 4 second difference there between these devices when it comes to booting up. Now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. On the Vivo we have 6.5 inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with 60 Hz refresh rate, while on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 we have 6.4 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 90 Hz refresh rate. Also we are getting a punch hole on the Redmi versus a water top notch on the Vivo, which looks outdated, and the frame of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 is more flat as compared to the Vivo, which gives a more premium feel over the Vivo. Also we have 5000 mAh battery size on both phones. So now let's see apps opening speed. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Opening of phone dialer, that is faster on the Vivo. Again we have different animation. Now let's opening up settings, that is faster on the Redmi. Now let's go to the display. We have 90 Hz refresh rate on both phones. We also have an auto option on the Vivo, and the auto option it is not really good on this phone, so I prefer all the time 90 Hz mode. Now check out some more application. Now let's opening up Amazon shopping, and that is very similar on both phones, which is obvious because we have same processor. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is very similar on both phones because we have 90 Hz refresh rate. Now check out some games application. Now let's opening up the Candy Crush Saga. Again we have Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 on both phones. Redmi Note 11 is little more faster there, but not a huge difference. Also we have single speaker versus a dual speakers. Here's the Redmi Note 11 looks like, and the speakers is one of the best on the Redmi Note 11 in this price range, no doubt about that. Here is the Vivo looks like with single speaker, no bass inside the Vivo Y33 speaker. Open up Instagram, faster on the Vivo. Now let's opening up the pinout. Pinout is very similar on both phones. Again we have same processor with same GPU. Now let's open Snapchat, faster on the Vivo. Now let's opening up Spotify. Spotify is very similar. Now let's opening up Subway Surfer. Let's see in the Subway Surfer who is going to be the fastest one, and the Vivo is little more faster, but about 1 to 2 second difference there despite having the same processor. That's really good thing. Looks like overall Vivo is little more faster in the game app loading time. Now let's opening up the Temper Run 2, and Temper Run 2 is should be very similar on both phones, but we have a downloading thing on the Vivo. But in the Temper 2 application and the game map loading time, it is also very similar, because we see before the game map loading time, it is very similar. Sometimes the Vivo is a little more faster, but that is also very similar. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, and the PUBG is faster on the Vivo or on the Redmi. Let's see. But again, we have Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor on both phones, and the Vivo is a little more faster there, and you can see, but not a huge difference. Also, we have smooth graphics with high frame rate on both phones, no ultra frame rate because of the Snapdragon 680. Now let's opening up the Tutor, and that is faster on the Vivo. Now let's open Zedge, and Zedge is faster on the Redmi. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is very smooth on both phones. 90 Hz looks very stable on both phones. And last time I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Now let's see who is going to be the fastest one. And the Vivo is more faster as compared to the Redmi, and the camera performance is one of the best on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's look at the front camera. Here's the front facing camera looks like on both phones, and the front camera looks more sharper on the Vivo. Now let's go to the video mode, and in the video mode and the video quality, it is much better on the Vivo. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing default Google Chrome on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. Opening up wikipedia.org, that is very similar. So now let's see the scrolling. That is more smoother on the Vivo, because on the Redmi Note 11 I cannot see the 90 Hz effect as of now. Now let's open this English. Let's see here. It is again on 60 Hz, yes, and the Google Chrome, it is not showing me 90 Hz. Next on the list is the apple.com, and apple.com is faster on the Redmi Note 11 as compared to the Vivo. So now let's see the scrolling. That is again a little more smoother on the Vivo if I see very closely, but yes, I can see that the Redmi Note 11, it is on 60 Hz, between 60 Hz. So now let's see RAM management on both phones. Yes, we have 8 GB of RAM on the Vivo versus a 4 GB of RAM, but let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Opening up phone dialer, refresh on both phones. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, that got refresh on the Redmi. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, that is refresh on the Redmi again. Instagram, seems like in-app refresh. Let's see pinout is refresh on the Redmi. Let's see Snapchat, refresh. Let's see Spotify, refresh. RAM management, it is really bad on the Redmi, but on the Vivo RAM management, it is much better because we have 8 GB of RAM. Again refresh on the Redmi. Let's see Temper 2 is refresh on the Redmi. Let's see PUBG Mobile, the PUBG is also refresh on the Redmi. Now let's opening up the Tutor, that is not refresh. Zedge, refresh. Last way back to the internet browser, also refresh on the Redmi Note 11. And guys, what I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that, and the Vivo Y33T as well as the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11, and both phones is performing very similar in the game map loading time, in system-based application as well. Mostly in terms of the RAM wise, and the Vivo is performing much better in the RAM management as compared to the Redmi, because we have 8 GB of RAM versus a 4 GB. Both phones has a 5000 mAh battery size. We have 18 watt fast charging versus a 33 watt on the Redmi Note 11. And that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Vivo Y33T versus the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.